By Graham Simpson, Scottish Conservative Shadow Local Government Secretary. Fixing the roads, emptying the bins, music tuition, outdoor learning, parks, environmental health, planning, building control and driving growth are all things that councils deliver, and all are put at risk by the budget that the SNP has just agreed with the Scottish Green Party. Prior to the Scottish budget, the Scottish Conservatives put forward a series of entirely reasonable asks, one of which was to provide fair funding for councils. Unfortunately, thanks to the SNP and the Greens, all councils now face having to make cuts and they will all put up council tax again. That is rise on top of rise. We will soon get to a point where we have people living in council tax poverty. The capital settlement puts at risk significant projects which would promote inclusive growth across Scotland. Cosla itself has complained that without an increase in funding, local economies will suffer. They make the entirely reasonable point that councils are often the main employer in many areas with a tenth of Scotland's workforce, yet the government does not step in to help when council staff are cut. There isn't a photocall in it. Another of our reasonable asks was around homelessness. The budget makes £50 million available for the Ending Homelessness Together Fund. But as the Salvation Army pointed out last week, Scottish local authorities have submitted proposals for spending on homelessness for £130 million. In addition, the Scottish budget includes a small increase of £18 million, up to a total of £137 million dedicated to energy efficiency measures such as the provision of insulation, new heating systems and advice and information for renters and homeowners. But this falls over £100 million short of what the existing Homes Alliance say is required, a doubling of investment from 2019-20 to £240 million. If we want to achieve net zero carbon homes by 2045, we will need most homes to be at EPC Band C by 2030. This means upgrading just under 1 million homes, or 80,000 homes each year. At present, half that number are moving to EPC Band C or above per year. Recently, a mother or mum wrote to me about the threat to music provision in North Lanarkshire. Music provision opens the world up to children and exposes them to environments and opportunities so radically different to the reality for many of growing up in North Lanarkshire. Lo and behold, North Lanarkshire Council has cut music provision. Worse, they have cancelled Christmas. There will be no festive lights this year. Councils are increasingly being asked to do more and more for less and less. The cracks are starting to show and it can't continue. By Rhoda Grant, Scottish Labour local government spokeswoman. For most people, the mere mention of the word budget makes their eyes glaze over. Despite this, for more on this story, visit the news article link.